Hello! Welcome to KyBrewReview. I'm Paxson.
And I'm Radar. Today we have Knob Creek small batch. That's 100 proof. This is, in fact, a Drunken do-over. We've just done a live stream. The small batch, I think that's 12 years. It might be 8, but I'm pretty sure it's 12.
Does it say?
Oh, probably.
They probably. Well, believe you. I believe it.
Put some in here. You can put some in yours.
Yeah, I will sure do that.
See if it's got an age rating, an age thing on the side.
I'll try to read.
Look, I have good experiences with Knob Creek. Knob Creek is one of my favorite bourbons, just for the experiences I've had in the vicinity of Knob Creek. It's a really special bourbon.
It does not say.
It's owned by Jim Beam, which is now owned by a Japanese company.
Huh. Do you know what company?
I do not. It used to be an American company until 2000, early 2000s. I don't remember.
Smells good. Smells hot.
It's very hot. This is
But I like it.
I have a bottle of Jim Beam of Knob Creek. I apologize. I have a bottle of it. It's for special occasions. This is definitely a special occasion bourbon. It is $25, $30 a bottle.
$30. Okay. So not too crazy, but
smell that cherry.
You're paying a little more.
There's so much cherry scent in this, like for a bourbon.
Yeah.
Very hot.
Yeah. Cherry. I don't know my fruits. Sure, cherry. Yeah.
Cherry.
Yeah. But
this is how we go with Drunken do-overs.
True. Dang. It's a good little color too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And I don't think it's added coloring, right? It's all legit.
No. That's
that is the real deal.
That's how it works. Now, if you want to do a trick that I learned at the I can't remember which distillery it was at.
Smooth. Yeah.
Take your fingers, dip it in it, rub it on your hands until it's dry. Go ahead and do it. It's a lot of fun.
Wait, how do I dip it in it?
Like, just do...
Just a couple fingers.
Yeah, just do 2 fingers.
2 fingers.
Rub it on your rub it on your hands, dry, and rub it until it's dry.
Okay. It's getting there. It's pretty dry now.
It's just dry now for me. Now, cup it in front of here. Smell.
I know what you mean.
You get a different smell.
You do get a different smell. You get less of the... You get more of the...
totally different
beneath
smell.
The surface smell. I don't know what I...
It's the smell without the alcohol, is how they described it to me.
Yeah,
I think it was Buffalo Trace, I think is the distillery that first told me about that. It's very, very rye. It smells like rye.
Sweet rye.
It smells like rye. This doesn't actually have... This is not the rye version. There's actually a rye version of this, which is so much stronger.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Oh, really? This is what is it? 100. So it's above, like 40 is like what? It's like typical, right? Like
yeah, it's about average.
40
I feel like is what you expect to see in in a blend that would come in like $20-ish, like $15, $20.
Yeah, I say it's a smidge more potent, and you can tell a little bit. It definitely, you feel it.
It's pretty hot. I really enjoy it myself. It's very bready. It's dark bready. If you dry it out and smell it.
Yeah, dark bready. It's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Here's the thing. I've actually had enough of it that I need more of it.
I'm gonna go ahead
for the mix.
Put my mixer. We're just using a Pepsi Zero. That's our mixer today, which is great. I like Coke Zero, but Pepsi Zero is pretty much the same thing. It's just a little tangier.
I really don't like putting
there wasn't
a whole
much
lot
in there.
Stuff.
I might have used a lot.
Wow.
You want me to contribute?
That's actually you know what? I'm okay with the
you
amount.
You get nothing.
I'm okay with the amount.
All
I don't put a whole lot of Coke. Well,
you can
Pepsi.
You can sip that if you want, so you can get an accurate.
I honestly, a lot of people don't like sipping this, but I kind of like sipping it because it's really hot.
Now,
it forces you to sit and not drink all of it in a single drink.
No, it feels good. It feels good. It goes in, and you kind of like, you get that warm.
Mm-hmm.
Woosah.
Woosah.
On its own, I give it like a 6.
Okay.
Would you go higher, probably?
Probably,
but
I probably would.
But I'm
yes.
not big on the on its own. It's also room temp. So it's not cold.
It's also pretty hot.
It's not on the rocks.
It's not sweet like there are some.
I bet if I had
there
this,
are some other that are fairly sweet.
I had this on a little ice. It'd probably be more like a 7.
That's fair.
But it is pretty like.
This is one of my favorite straight bourbons actually. I will give this an 8.5. It's kind of on the expensive side compared to some of the other bourbons that I drink, but as a straight drink, I think it's pretty good. Cool. Just personally. Now mixed with Pepsi Zero.
I smell the sweetness in it. So there's the Pepsi there.
Still gives you a lot of the original hotness because I put a tiny amount of Pepsi.
If you want, you can have some of this. I know it's
that's fair. It's fine.
He gave us like a third of a can, and then I just added a lot.
It does take a little bit of the edge off, actually. Still,
a lot more palatable, but fantastic. Yeah, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it more as a mixer. Surprising.
Yeah,
I know. I don't take anything straight.
I'm actually okay with how this tastes. It's still hot.
It is hot. But it's more tame, definitely. Well, yours may not.
Part of the reason that I get Knob Creek is because I want a really strong bourbon flavor. Very strong, very, very alcoholic bourbon flavor. If I wanted something a little bit more palatable, a little bit more drinkable, probably would go with like a 4 Roses small batch or something like that. But that's more expensive.
Yeah, it is.
This is actually a bit cheaper. I would give this a...
What is it? This is what? How much? 30?
That is like $25-ish dollars. It kind of depends. It's hard to tell. It depends on when you buy it and where you buy it.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
Just price check them. You'll get it for
right.
Yeah.
The weird thing is, actually, the cheapest I bought this is in Louisville, and this is made outside of Louisville, where I used to live. And the most expensive place that I've bought it is where this is made.
Okay. Does that make sense?
No, it does not.
Does it not make sense?
It absolutely does not.
Yeah, okay. We make it local.
Though, double points if you go to Knob Creek and then you go to the range. Or go to the range and then go to Knob Creek and get bourbon. Anyways, don't shoot while you're drinking bourbon.
Come on, you can sip. No, yeah. That's a good idea. We won't...
Now, as a mixer, it's about an 8.
It's warm, but yes.
I enjoy it as a mixer.
For me, it boosts it up to like about that 8 level. It's better with the mixer, but for you, just stays the same. I mean, it is really good.
I really like it.
8 across the board.
So much of drinking like specialty liquors, not really a specialty, but.
Wait, where is this made?
Over in
small batch whiskey.
Shoot, I can't remember what it's called. You know where the Crow liquor, the Crow distillery is?
What did you say? The what distillery?
The Crow.
The Crow.
It's also owned by Jim Beam. What's it called?
In Tennessee.
What? No.
Is it Kentucky?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's right past Bardstown. It's in between Bardstown and Bullitt County.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of it, but I know I've been there. I've been through there before.
Anyways, if you pass on 65, if you go past the Bardstown exit on 245, you'll wind up driving kind of past and a little bit to the east of where this is.
I know what you're talking about.
It's a fun thing. They actually bottle a little bit of this at the main distillery over in the Jim Beam distillery, but that's not neither here nor there. It's a fun bottle to have. It is wax sealed and it's fun to have. Who doesn't like having it?
Right, and is it a screw top or is it?
No,
it's corked.
Yeah,
Heck yeah. So a little bit more affordable. I definitely like it. I get it. It's quite the quality of some of these like higher end stuff, like maybe Maker's Mark or Buffalo. But or I don't know how much is Maker's Mark compared to this.
It's about the same.
About the same. Okay, I think I would go Maker's Mark over this, but it's still this one's got more of the heat to it, and it's a little more higher potency. So, whatever your preference is. But it's still good. 8 is very fair.
Claremont. That's the place I was thinking of. Claremont.
The whole time you're just like, I gotta remember.
What's the name of the place? I used to actually know someone who bottled this, and that's part of the reason why I've gone through so many bottles of it. Just because, she used to work over there. I might as well get another bottle of this because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But no, I have some great times with Knob Creek.
Yeah. No, I think it's absolutely, like, if I would recommend it for sure, it's a great addition to a collection. You can see here. It's definitely a good choice to have. There's nothing wrong with it.
Not at all.
Absolutely.
Not at all.
I would definitely take it over some of these other whiskeys I've
There's
had
a lot of whiskeys that I would have this over.
Yeah,
even
for
for the same price, actually.
I agree.
I agree. This is one of my favorite at the price point. Now, it's not cheap, but it's also not hyper expensive.
No, and it's good for what it is, for sure.
Now, the drunken do-overness of that probably didn't make any sense. If you'd like to see anything else, please leave a comment down below. Check us out on Patreon, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, that's probably all.
The other things that we do. Discord.
Yeah.
I'm Radar.
And I'm Paxson.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, that went fine. Dandy.
Actually, I bought some of this back when one of my friends started working at the distillery where they make that, and I bought a bottle of it, like a pint bottle, for some Norwegian dudes. I think it was Norwegian. They were bicycling across the U.S. I was like, first of all, that's a terrible idea. Second, how fun would it be to get you guys destroyed? And so I bought them a bottle of just regular Knob Creek.
Knob Creek.
And I was like, hey, next time you guys camp, try some of this. This is locally made. We make this right here in town.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were like, oh, this is so fantastic. I'm from Norway.
Yes.
And so we talked about, like, they were standing there looking at the beer originally. They were like, what is all these? And I was like, hey guys, this is when we first started doing YouTube. I was like, hey guys, try some of this stuff. This is some of the local stuff. And on the way out of the store, I saw their bikes because they had described them to me. Yeah. I saw their bikes parked against the edge of the building, and I was like, they're still inside looking at beer. So I went back in store, and I went into the liquor store part, which was brand new, and I bought a pint bottle of this, and I brought it out to them. I was like, hey, you guys should try some of this next time you stop, and be prepared to stop for a couple hours.
Just do it like overnight.
It was a good time. I think they totally deserved it. They were having a great time. That's some classic Bardstown goodness for you. But that's still one of my favorite bourbons because of that. Which is a totally incoherent way to give the story out, but it's probably going to make it in the video because they're supposed to be like 10 minutes long now or some craziness.
Right. I finally learned too why bourbon from Kentucky is apparently so unique.
Oh yeah?
And I'm sure a lot of people already know this, but it's something to do with the fact that our soil is just good. Mm-hmm. So we produce like good corn from that soil. And then the other thing is the limestone.
I had heard of the limestone. I hadn't heard of the corn thing
which
yet.
Makes our water filtering just better. So we got good water and we got good soil, good corn.
Okay,
it's a magic mix.
See, I hadn't heard of the corn thing yet.
That's
people have been telling me about the corn thing since I was in like elementary school. Yeah, we went to Maker's Mark when I was in elementary school as part of a school trip. Because that
sounds a very Kentucky thing.
That's what you do when you go to school in Bardstown.
Yeah.
No, it was a good time. I hadn't heard of the corn thing though. That's new for me.
It's just something that the topsoil here is just very good for growing. And
you know what? I believe it though. I used to know some people who grew corn and sold it at the farmers market.
That's why tobacco was so good from here for a long time before tobacco kind of became like so snubbed. But I mean, it still does well. But you know what I mean? Like it was the Kentucky cash crop was tobacco.
Pulled in plenty of tobacco, man. done with pulling in tobacco for the rest of my life.
But that's still, the corn and the water here.
Okay.
Apparently gives it that extra.
I actually found at what's the place? Total Wine. You can buy bottles of water that they pulled out of the river next to Buffalo Trace.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's the limestone water.
Special water.
And they're like, cut your Buffalo Trace with this water specifically. Two decades.
Heck yeah. I'm a time traveler.
See how we're at.
It's not
radar.
quite
Yeah,
far
your
enough.
end needs to go
A bit,
too far. Other way, radar. Other way. More. Too much.
There you go. Now bring there you go.
Not too much.
Fuck.
Well, it doesn't help that we're drunk.
Shit. That's about right.
No,
right.
That's definitely wrong. That's right.
Okay, that's fine. All right.
Sweet.
Slob on that knob. I gotta pee.
Knob Creek.
Small batch. Recording, we good. That's right. Go.
Oh, I guess I should get that out now. Hang on. This is all going in.
Jesus, your hair, man. All right, you ready?
I can tie it up. Nah, we'll leave it out.
Do it. Yeah.